Her father was killed, yes, on the job. He was a cop. So it's very hard for Tori to take that. So she kind of feels like she wants to get the revenge on the people who did it. And she's really, her character, she's externalizing a lot rather than internalizing what the issue really is. So in the show, Tom, who is her mentor and kind of her father figure now, is really helping her to deal with those issues and those problems. And she's really growing as a person, you know. She's starting to move on with her life and, yeah, really develop, you know. She's learning a lot about herself, just as anybody is in their life at that age. Because it's very realistic, I think, because there's actually a positive spin on absolutely everything that we're doing. Every character has the opportunity to be a role model to everybody who's watching, and it's not for any age. It's for absolutely every age. You know, there's the Master Lee, there's the Tom who's going through the divorce and losing his child, which a lot of parents and families are dealing with. You know, and there's a lot of kids who are dealing with that, and it's a difficult thing to be going through. And I think it's really good that we offer a hope. We really do. We offer a positive outlook and a positive spin on so many negative things that are going on in people's lives, and we don't make it cheesy. You know what I mean? There's some there's some difficult
happy-go-lucky
times.
world.
No, it's not. There's a lot of people. Our characters are going through the negative moments before they find those positive times, and people forget that. You know, that you can't just always turn around and say, okay, well, this is how I got to deal with it. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
So it's completely realistic, and there's not a lot of that on television, you know?
Yeah. And
well, besides reality TV, but I mean, how realistic is that?
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And Trip comes from kind of the wrong side of the tracks, comes from a broken home. He's abused. His mother left him, so that's kind of where he starts off. He's kind of hit rock bottom. He maybe lacks a bit of self-esteem. He has problems trusting people. And as he comes into the show, he meets Tom Chang and gets introduced to his school, and that's kind of a new ray of hope for him. And as he begins to develop, and you know, Tom takes him under his wing, and that's kind of a really important relationship for Trip, because he doesn't really have a real father who's there for him. So through Tom, he starts to learn how to appreciate things a little more, how to just be more confident, trust people. And as the character continues, you start to see a little more lighter side of Trip, you know, maybe a little more funny, humorous moments, things like that. And so he's kind of a balanced character, because he has this dark side, this kind of baggage that he carries with him, this little edge, but at the same time he has good intentions. He's a good-hearted kid, and he's just trying to figure things out for himself. And so he introduced, I'm the new guy at the martial arts school. It's almost like the martial art school is sort of like a sanctuary for all the characters, and I think that's what the martial art means for Trip. It's his way of kind of being able to get out some of his aggression and whatever else is going on, you know, other emotions, and he can kind of just release that, and then finally, like, all these kids can get together and they can for once be kind of like the family maybe they never had, and to be together and be one, and to work it out and have fun as well. And I think that's something really important. We want to show that martial arts is fun. But it's not just the martial arts. It's not about being able to defend yourself. It's not only a physical thing. It's emotional and spiritual as well. And like Missy said, it's all about finding your center and kind of being comfortable with who you are. And that's why I think, you know, the show has a fairly positive outlook and usually a good moral at the end of every episode. I'm a workout guy. I try to get to the gym as much as possible, and I had formal training in karate, Japanese style, and I took that for 5 years, from like 7 till 12. So I had that, and then for the pilot, I didn't have to really train because my character just arrives at the school. He's not really actually doing any martial arts right off the bat. But when we went back to film the first season. Basically, I trained for about 2 months in Toronto, exploring all kinds of different arts or styles of martial art, because I wanted to bring kind of a certain complexity to the character, like maybe some boxing to give him kind of more of a streetwise thing. And then once I got on set, it was specific to the Bagua, and it's a great situation for me, because as I'm learning, so is my character. So I can afford to make mistakes in real life, because realistically, that's what my character would be doing.